Hi. Okay, so let's talk transitioning tips. I transitioned for a long time, so I just want to be able to give you some tips if you're thinking about going natural or if you're already transitioning. I just want to be able to give you some tips so you can keep going or so you can stop, whatever, whichever way. Hopefully, you keep going though. First, let's talk about why I went natural. I got my last relaxer in August 2002, a long time ago. So, I went natural because the relaxers were they were burning my scalp. I had really, really bad chemical burns, and I still have damage on my scalp to this day. And I didn't want to do it anymore. And I felt like I could manage my hair without a relaxer, so I just didn't feel like I needed it anymore, but I still think that I was really dependent on it because I had been relaxing for so long. And I also wanted to be able to experiment more with color, and I was never really able to avoid having damaged hair with the relaxer and the color at the same time. And also, me and one of my friends we just thought that we could go natural. We thought that it would be fun, and we thought that our hair would be cute, but no one else around us was going natural, so we were just still kind of scared about it. So in August 2002, I had my last relaxer, but the funny thing is I had gone for like 3 or 4 months before I had gone to get my relaxer in August, so I could have already started, but I didn't. I went in, got my last relaxer, and then after my stylist had relaxed my hair, I was like, yeah, I think this is gonna be my last relaxer, and I'm gonna go natural, and I'll just straighten it like in the winter, and then I'll wear it curly or whatever in the summer. And she was like, I think that's a good idea. And I was like, well, and I also want to be able to experiment more with different colors, so I think this is the best way for me to be able to do that. And she's like, yeah, I agree, but we could have started today. And I was like, yeah, I guess, but in my mind I just felt like I needed that last relaxer to know that I didn't want to get any more relaxers. I know it's weird, but that's how I felt. And then so after August, in November, I had surgery, and I just had different stuff going on, so hair wasn't really on my mind all the time. I do remember as my hair was growing out and knowing that I wasn't going to get it relaxed anymore, I do remember thinking that, oh, I really need to straighten my edges. I was really self-conscious about it, and I was still kind of nervous, but I still didn't get a relaxer because I was going to do it. So in February 2003, I went in and I got my hair cut up to like shoulder length. Before that, my hair was like bra strap length, but I just felt like I needed a change, and I wanted to cut a lot of the hair off to make it easier. And I think it did. It made it easier. It felt kind of cathartic for me to be able to cut some of the hair off. Plus, I had just had surgery. So it felt good to have that change. And that was the most hair that I cut off during my entire transition. So fast forward to January 2005, that's when I got the last of my relaxed ends cut off. So I transitioned for 2.5 years. And the reason that I transitioned for so long is because I felt like I needed to grow my hair as long as I wanted to before I cut all the relaxer off. So I just kept transitioning, and it was hard, but I kept doing it. So what are some tips to help you be able to transition? And I'm not saying you have to transition for as long as I did, but I just want to give you a few tips that'll help you no matter how long you transition. So first, I think you need to be excited about it the whole time, because it's exciting to be embracing like your own natural hair. I think that's really exciting. So you can't get deterred by what people say, because when I went natural, nobody else, like hardly anybody else, was going natural. So all the time people were like, I don't know why you don't get a relaxer, I don't know what you're doing to your hair. There was comments all the time, and every now and then I would get somebody that was like, really, you're going natural? What's your hair gonna look like? You know, I get an excited person every now and then, but for the most part, most people were like, oh, I don't know why you're doing that. You should relax your hair. But, you know, I didn't get deterred by that. I just kept going. And there were times even when I wanted to cut all my hair off, but then I would have friends say, you know, you really like your hair. So you really like your hair. You're really proud of it. So I don't think you want to cut it off. And they were right. I didn't want to cut it off. So I just kept going. So be excited. Be excited the whole time. And use what you have. I didn't go out and buy a lot of products. It wasn't like it is now, where the market like now is saturated with natural hair products. Back then it was just regular products. There was a few natural hair brands, but you had to order them and nobody had tried them. So I just kind of used what I had, and it worked. It worked because most of my hair was still relaxed, so it continued to work. And if you really think about it, a lot of the products you use for your relaxed hair add moisture, so it worked for my natural hair. So I used what I had. I didn't go out and buy a lot of stuff. And another thing that I found really useful is you need to find a hairstyle that'll carry you through the whole time. So what I did to my hair was I would blow it dry, I would put it in a ponytail, and then wrap the ponytail around in a bun. And then I would slick my edges down with like some edge control, so I would have a slick down bun. And I did that the whole time. So basically I wore a protective style pretty much the whole time, and I think that helped my hair grow and be really healthy and grow really fast. Other styles that you can do, I think it kind of depends on how much natural hair you have versus how much relaxed hair you have. I feel like if you have a lot of relaxed hair, it might make sense to just blow it dry or kind of wear it semi-straight. I feel like if you have a lot of natural hair, it might make sense to do braid outs or Bantu knot outs, like whatever. I just feel like it depends on how much of what kind of hair you have, and you'll find the style that works best for you. But a bun works for any kind of hair, or two French braids or a halo braid, something like that. That works for all kinds of hair. So just find the style that works for you. And then trim off a little bit at a time throughout the whole process until it's all gone. And that's basically what I did. Usually like I would wear my hair in that bun, but in the fall of 2004 I would try to wear curly. I still had a lot of straight ends, but I would just trim them off every now and then. And then at the end of it, be happy that you're natural and get to know your natural hair. And again, buy some new stuff because you can, but don't break the bank buying stuff. Kind of figure out what works for your hair. If what you've been using worked for your hair, then why would you change it? If you want to buy some new stuff here and there, then that makes sense, but don't break the bank buying a lot of stuff. And I think that's it. I just think it's a really exciting journey, and I think you should just embrace it and try to enjoy it, and don't let anybody deter you. Don't let anybody throw you off your path. And I think that it'll be fine. So that's all the transitioning tips I have. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.